Once again, I must start tonight's show by addressing the Wolfpac. The actions from all four of them lately have been unacceptable, and last week they ruined another TV title match. So, at the Warzone pay-per-view, Travis will face PJ McNair again, as well as two others, in a fatal four-way elimination match for the television championship. I'm also putting in place a ringside ban to all Wolfpac members at Warzone, meaning if any Wolfpac member turns up to another member's match, even at ringside, the match will instantly end and the Wolfpac will lose any title they are fighting for by disqualification. As for tonight, the Wolfpac will be in an 8-man tag team matchup against Brad, McNair and the Vikings of Destiny in an 8-man tag team matchup. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Fight Night here on the WIW on the Gaming Blake Network. That is a lot of ons. My name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to tonight's show. Kicking off is a debuting superstar to continue the tradition of opening contest debuts, Woodward, coming down to the ring to make his debut. Here tonight, of course, a random opponent will be selected to face this man, but he's looking pretty confident coming out here, just straight down to the ring, no funny business, no playing around, straight down to the ring, straight down to business, and that's what we'd like to see. We've seen a lot of these superstars come in really confident, really flashy, and that confidence costs them matches. But for Woodward, he's going to hope that's not him tonight. Who is his opponent, you ask? Well, judging by the Dark Light show, there's only a couple of people that it could be. But his opponent tonight has been chosen. We can confirm his opponent is Liam Connors. Liam Connors has been screwed out on more than one occasion of his first WIW victory. And he's going to want to start pitting them together if he wants a shot at being in the Fatal 4-Way, which was announced just moments ago by the general manager of Friday Fight Night and the chairman of WIW. Travis will be defending his title against PJ McNair and two other people, one of which will be decided tonight. And Liam Connors is going to want to prove that he can be one of those people as well if he can string the win together and then potentially progress. But so far, some matches have been out of his control, but others, he definitely has no excuse for losing. But it's still fresh and early in his career. Now Liam Connors hoping to make a name here in WIW if he can start getting some wins together. But Woodward, he's going to be hungry for his debut victory if he can get it. Bell rings and away we go. And look at this, straight out the bat here, beautiful double underhook slam down there by Woodward. Great start. And that's what they want to do in these early matches. What I'd recommend for anyone debuting on this show is to get your offense in early. Show straight away what you can do. Remember, not a lot of people win these initial matches here on WIW. So if you can show off what you can do, if you can showcase your abilities, you are on the fast track to proving what you're really worth here in the WIW. Liam Connors now gonna take advantage of it. He's down on one knee. We've seen this before. Liam Connors has a fantastic move set and of abilities here, of moves. He's got great capabilities, and we see him on full force every night, but he just can't seem to put anyone away. And Woodward there, showing a perfect example of that. Oh, and another counter this time by Liam Connors. Oh, look at this, Connors. The elbows across the face of Woodward before a big takedown lariat. And now going to the springboard. Beautiful 450 splash. And now look at this. Oh, and another beautiful move there by Liam Connors, who is wasting very little time here tonight. Woodward with a good start deadlift powerbomb. But now all of a sudden that good momentum he had to begin with is slipping away from him. Connors now going to drag him to the ropes. Now what's he thinking? Oh, went for a big boot and didn't connect there. Good escape by Woodward. He gets him to the outside now. And what can he do out here? Crashing him into the barricade. Oh, couldn't capitalise on it though. And Liam Connors going to get it back in the ring. Smart choice from Connors. Oh, look at this. Big counter there from Woodward. Needs to capitalise on the opportunity if he can. Look at this. Oh, he just tosses him down to the apron. Big impact there. Wilson Woodward. Of course, this is an important matchup for him. As important as it is for Connors, and a raking across the eyes there. The referee saw no reason to stop it, and now into a camel clutch. Looking to make Liam Connors tap out here, but looks like Connors is going to slide out of it. He does, and shakes him down with him. Oh, and onto the bottom rope for added impact. Connors now to the Irish whip to the corner. Oh, and look at that. Oh, went for a big cartwheel clothesline, and instead ended up meeting the knee of Wilson Woodward. Irish whip to Woodward. Now look at this. Woodward taking him back to the outside. Maybe he favours the outside. We have a few fighters like that in WIW. They favour the outside, but straight away back inside. Maybe I guessed wrong. They do love to prove the commentators wrong on this show. Even when I wasn't commentating, they used to do that quite a bit. And now Woodward, once again, the raking of the eyes. The referee sees nothing wrong in it. Clearly the referee doesn't care. I think he's making his feelings known here. And now look at this. Looking for the belly to belly. No. Big counter. And out of it gets Connors. Oh, and now big counter again. And Woodward once again trying to get on the offensive. Up on the shoulders. Fireman's carry. A big slam down. And straight into the cover. Oh, it's only a 1. Straight into the cover. And it was only a 1. And I don't think Liam was ready to give up that easily. But I don't think Woodward was expecting that easy of a get out. Big pile driver. And now Woodward looking to finish things off here. Oh, wait, no. Big counter. Big counter by Connors. Keeping himself alive in this match. Woodward not going to give him a second to land a recovery. But once again, Connors with a counter. And he's so good at these reversals. Hold on a minute. Looking for that leaf blower gutbuster. Boom. Big connection with the double knees. And Liam Connors might have just picked up his first victory here for WIW. No, it's a kick out at 2 by Woodward. Big kick out at 2. And that's been the biggest problem with Liam Connors. He just can't seem to put people down for the count of 3. A clothesline, another clothesline. Once again, oh, Woodward. Oh, he tried to fight back there, but a third big clothesline. Woodward's in trouble here, though. Now the momentum is with Liam Connors. But with Connors, we know he can't seem to keep it going until the end of the match. And that's what he needs to do here tonight to pick up the victory. And now look at this. Raking of an eyes himself, getting a little bit of payback there is Liam Connors. Connors now. Look at this. Look at this. Slamming down. Big connection. Straight into the cover. That could be enough here for Liam Connors to take the win. No, it's not. It's only a 2 again. And Connors appealing for a 3 count there. I didn't see the 3. And now to the top rope. Wilson Woodward needs to seriously do something now because the match is slipping away from him. Huge cross body. And Connors now. Oh, look at this. Oh, big counter there by Woodward. Went for a flying senton. Look at that. Just dragging him down by the back of the neck. Playing to the crowd now is Woodward. Starting to feel a bit of confidence in this one. And a big clothesline. Taking him down there. Picks him back up. Big shot. Spins him around. Now what's he thinking? Oh, scoop up powerbomb. Oh, and he went into the cover, but his feet were on the ropes. And this has been a good start to the show. It's been a very, very closely contested match. Both men taking turns of sharing momentum. And I think Wilson Woodward, even if he doesn't pick up the victory here tonight, is showing himself off to be quite a good superstar here. He seems to be working hard and keep fighting on. He's very good at the counters. Very similar fighter to Liam Connors in many ways, to the credit. And Liam Connors once again having the same problems. Big moves, just can't put anyone away with him. Oh, big counter there by Woodward. No, big counter by Connors. And look at this now. He's going to play to the crowd. Quite a popular man with the crowd. unfortunately for Connors, just hasn't had the string of victories he needs to become a household name here in WIW. Big counter on the springboard. Big splash on the springboard. And into the cover straight away. He thinks that might be enough. It's only a 2. And Connors just can't wrap this one up there. And the knees straight to the chest and head of Wilson Woodward. Now picking him straight back up. That's wise from Connors. Don't give him a second to breathe if you can help it. And now look at Connors. We've seen this before from Connors. Look at this. Crashing into him mid-stride. Big takedown by Liam Connors. And now he can finally put it away here. If he can land it. Big connection. And Liam Connors is going to pick up his first WIW victory here over Wilson Woodward. Big needed victory for Liam Connors. He needed that, he felt, to get the momentum going for him. He's been struggling to put people away as of late, but tonight he finally does the job. Wilson Woodward put up a good fight. He definitely showed his stuff at points, but Liam Connors, using that extra month of experience over Liam Connors to put him away. There was the big shoulder takedown. And then it was the one more gutbuster to win it for Liam Connors. A big victory. And he holds his hands up high because he deserves to. Big first victory for Liam Connors. Is it going to be the first of many though? For Connors' sake, I hope so. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Match number 2 here on the card, and we already have the return of Big Willie. He steps down here following his big debut victory last week. That's right, one of the very few people to actually win their first match in WIW. A big result for this man, the Scotsman, hoping to make an impact tonight. Tonight he takes on the Big Boss, and the Big Boss last week got involved and actually helped Big Willie pick up his first debut victory by interrupting the flow of Chris Danger, getting himself involved in the match. Big Willie took full advantage of that fact and managed to score his first victory. And to be honest, if you pick up the victory in your first match, who cares how you do it? That's how he'll see it, and that's how most people will see it if they pick up their debut victories. But his opponent tonight is someone who's still in search of his first victory here in WIW. It is the Big Boss. The tallest man in the business, 7'4", also the heaviest man in the business, 600 pounds. But he's come here to WIW thinking he'd be untouchable, that no one would be able to even be able to lift him off the ground. Never mind slam him down with a 1916, which is what he realised very quickly with PJ McNair, who managed to pick up not 1 but 2 victories over the Big Boss. And then last week tried to make a statement by interrupting Chris Danger. We don't quite know the extent of that, but we do know that Chris Danger has been challenged by the Big Boss. Yet to answer though. Could we see an answer in the future? Maybe. Or maybe Big Boss will have to continue to put matters in his own hands in order to get the result he's going to be wanting. But for right now, all that matters is this matchup right now. 2 big men. One a lot taller than the other, and that taller man going to get straight to work here, stomping him down. Tonight he has a massive point to prove here, Big Boss. Still without a win, and needs to do so if he can. Big clothesline there to Big Willie, who's off to a slow start here. Oh, but wait a minute, going to fight him off. Big Willie, just pure strength and muscle. Big Boss, we figured he might be that, but he hasn't quite shown that off since he debuted. Big combination there, ending with a clothesline from Big Willie. And this has been quite an interesting start to life here for the Big Boss. I don't think he was prepared quite yet for WIW. Look at this! Just lifting 600 pounds like it's nothing. Bouncing off the rope there with a deadlift powerbomb. Oh, and hold on, it went for a swing there, but instead the elbow. And now look at this! And that is the thing with Big Boss. His moveset, his variety of skills are very different to what you'd expect from someone his size. Into the cover, and it's only going to be a 1 very early on in this one. And a big shot to the face there as he gets back up. Irish whip. They're looking to slam him back down. Big Willie counters, but didn't get enough time to capitalise on it. And there's a backbreaker and into a Russian leg sweep. Nice combination there by the Big Boss. As for Big Willie, he's 1-0. And I can't think of many people who actually have come out and said that. I mean, King Sam was the first person ever to go 1-0. And of course, that 1-0 won him the title last year. But of course, last year's irrelevant now. It's all about this year. And right now, Big Boss trying to make an impact. But Big Boss in control. Oh, look at this. And now Chris Danger. Chris Danger making his presence felt here. And I guess we have an answer. I guess we have an answer to what's going on. Hold on a minute. Big Willie's just going to watch these two argue. I guess he's just waiting for the turnaround. But, oh wait, no, he's not even going to get involved. Oh, look at this. Danger and Big Boss. Big Boss gone after Danger straight away. And look at this. And now these two brawling on the outside. This match is going to end in disqualification. But these two men not happy. Big Boss is going to pick up his first victory. Well, I think we now know if the challenge has been answered. Looks like Big Boss and Chris Danger are going to be seeing a lot more of each other from now on. Disappointment for Big Willie. He's just watching over there, everything going down. But a big, I guess the first win finally came for Big Boss. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Very, very short match there for match number 2. Now on to match number 3, and we have some tag team action. And now that everything's been cleared up and Chris Danger and Biggie and Big Boss have been separated, Chris Danger comes out again tonight for some tag team action. Him and Max Danger will be taking on Team Brenden in the team of John Cutter and El Murica. Tonight, Chris Danger made a huge statement. He came out and said he's not backing down from Big Boss. He came out, he made his statement clear, and ended up scrapping with Big Boss at in the middle of the ramp. And now that Big Boss has been cleared, he's under security's watch now. He cannot get involved in this match, or serious consequences will be happening, because this is an important match in the tag division. We already know who's facing for the tag team titles, but this could go a long way in determining who's up next. The Wolfpac or the Vikings of Destiny are going to be watching on in this match, because this is going to have serious repercussions to who's going on to face them in the future. Of course, Chris and Max have already beaten the current tag team champions, which is why the general manager wants to see them further in action if he can. And Max Danger, the son, of course, of Chris Danger. I mean, Chris must have been very early married, had to be said, because they don't look that different in age, but c'est la vie, I guess. But the Danger family, hoping to make more impacts in the tag division, only had one match so far, and it was a big, big win. They're going to need that here tonight as well to keep their tag team momentum going. But they're up against a team who also need to get some tag team momentum going if they can. It's the team of John Cutter and El Murica. It's been a while since we've seen these two in tag team action. We saw John Cutter last week in the 6-man Battle Royal for #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship. Haven't seen much of El Murica, but these two, we know what they're capable of. We've seen it in the past. They are a good tag team. They work really well together. But the problem for these two is that they just got drafted into a really, really tough tag division. But then again, which one would have been the better tag division? On one side, you're going to have to deal with the Vikings of Destiny and the Wolfpac, but then on the other, you'd be dealing with Up, Up, Down, Down, and the Linebacks, and the Cottrells, and etc, etc. So many good tag teams, which is why, early on, people need to make their statements made, and that's what these two teams are trying to do here. Chris Danger, already a little bit weakened after a little scrap-up with Big Boss just a moment ago. And that's going to cost him. It's going to cost him a lot if he doesn't tag out early. I reckon it was probably not the best idea for him to start, but we know Chris Danger never backs down from a fight. And look at this, calling him back up. He's clearly not in the mood tonight. Into the corner, tag made, and look at this, already looking for a double super kick. And already they're not wasting any time, ready to put this one away. The cover, 1, and it's only going to be a 1. John Cutter, former inmate from the Illinois Correctional, wears his prison uniform as a constant reminder of his past and the place he never wants to be again. And WIW has given him a platform to do just that. And now look at this. Max Danger from the middle rope. A little splash there. And the Danger family off to a good start. And the biggest problem that John Carter and America have had is that they haven't had the opportunities to be making them hot tags and the quick changes that they'd like to do, such as they do there. Back in comes America. In comes America for the first time, should I say. And these two, we know they like to do the hot tags. They know they like to work hard together. They like to balance the workload. But lately, the tag teams they've been facing have just kept them separate. They've isolated either John Cutter or they've isolated America. And haven't been able to do the tag team work that they are used to. But once again, the Danger family with another tag. Back in comes Chris. He's begging him to get back to his feet here. What's he thinking? Oh, and a big neck breaker there from the middle rope. A lot of middle rope action here from Chris and Max. And America must find that a bit disrespectful. Of course, the high-flying America. We know what he's capable of. From the top rope and the middle rope, there's a big suplex by Chris Danger. Oh, and that big counter now by America. And now he needs to do something. So far, this year has not been his year. They really need to start turning the tide, and he looks to do so here. Big roll-up. Decides not to bridge it into a cover. Just trying to do the damage with the impact from the landing. And now an Irish whip to his corner. And finally a bit of tag team action. No, Chris Danger breaks up the tag. And he needs to keep in control here, if at all possible. Oh, but wait a minute, once again, America fighting out of it. Chris Danger, I have a feeling that his head's not fully with this one. I feel like his head's somewhere else, and you can't help but think that his mindset is on an impending match at the pay-per-view with the big boss, who has made several big statements and strides towards Danger. Danger's trying to fight back though, and I think that might be impairing his judgment here tonight about how long he's spending in the ring. Needs to crawl out and make the tag. He does. In comes Max Danger now. Oh, look at that big shoulder takedown there. The little man and a big boot to follow. Oh, and now might be looking for a tag in himself there, was America. But John Cutter couldn't quite get tagged in there before Max with a deadlift powerbomb. His head ricocheting off the turnbuckle there. And now dragging away from the corner of Team Brenden. Smart move there. Max Danger just trying to keep in control. They know they have the control of America right now, and they want to keep it that way. Irish whip there. Went for a super kick. Big count. Oh, look at this. And taunting him there. Oh, look at this. He was caught taunting. And back in comes John Cutter, but rolled up into a cover. Broken up by a rope break. Smart move there by Max, but didn't quite capitalize on it for the rope break. And Max Danger is on fire tonight. Taking both on by himself, despite Chris Danger not really doing much here to help out Max. Big counter by John Cutter. Oh, and a big shoulder takedown of his own. And another one there with a big boot. We just saw that combination from Max. And now look at this. Exactly like Max did. Just tossing him across the ring. And these two proving to be a good match for each other here. And now John Cutter to the middle rope. And now calling him to his feet. John Cutter. Oh, went for a giant shoulder tackle there. Didn't quite connect. Oh, and Max Danger took too long there to think about what he was going to do next. Went for the big boot. And look at this. Just taking him down. And into a single leg busting crab. And that might be enough to make the tap happen. Very few submissions occurring this year. Oh, and a big counter by John Cutter. And you got to say, despite the fact that Max is the one doing all the heavy lifting, it definitely is the Danger family in control of this one. And look at this, going to the top rope here. Hold on a minute. Oh no. Max Danger looking for the superplex, but he ain't aiming for the logo. Oh, to the apron, onto the outside from the top turnbuckle. Big impact. And he's not done. Max Danger to the top rope again. Big diving headbutt to the already destroyed John Cutter, the referee, continuing the count. I don't think Chris Danger's too worried about the count. Look at this. What is this? Max Danger taking matters into his own hands here, taking it to the top of the ramp. He can't do this though, he needs to get back in the ring. I think Max Danger enjoying inflicting too much pain there, getting a little bit carried away. And John Cutter needs to try and get back in the ring. This is going to end in a double count. Oh no, John Cutter's back in. Is Max going to get back in? He does. The referee waited for him to get back in there, but I don't know what the count was at. I think it must have been at about 8 or 9. Irish whip now, and Max might have made a huge error there, but continuing to assert dominance. Woodward's looking maybe for a tag there to his dad, Chris. And now look at this. John Cutter. Double underhook. Big suplex. And now look at this. John Cutter's fired up. I think the anger has been triggered here. Military press. Gutbuster. And I think Chris Danger and Max Danger have really pissed off John Cutter here. And now, oh, he's going to take things to the top rope himself. Look at Max Danger here. Max Danger's in trouble. Look at this power slam from the top rope. Tried to crawl to his corner. Didn't get an opportunity, but now he does, but he's trying to fight on. Look at this. Max, I don't think he's getting the idea that the momentum has turned here. He needs to tag out. Chris knows he needs to tag out. But Chris has not been doing much better himself. Max Danger's been in control of this match for quite some time, but now all of a sudden you feel like the tide is turning. And a counter here by Max, and look at this. Just ignoring everything I'm saying here, Max. Just continuing to prove how good he is. And look at this, looking for the white noise. And look at this, doesn't even give him a second to breathe. Just continues the offense. Max Danger. Tag made. Looking again for the double super kick. It didn't put him away before. Can he put him away now? Double super kick. Hold on a minute, Chris is a little hesitant to go for the cover there. And it's given America enough time to come in and break it up. Oh, look at this. Max just got in Chris just got in Max's way. And oh, look at this. Oh, big frog splash took out both Max and America there. And now look at this. Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye by Chris Danger. Chris Danger, Eagle Eye, but he's not done there. Grabbed by the leg. And look at this, tying him up in the knot. We've seen Chris Danger do this before. Saw this last week actually against Big Willie. And all of the partners down on the outside. It's just Chris and John Cutter left in the ring, and that could be all he needs here. Chris Danger looking to send a message to the big boss. Super kick. And that's all she wrote. America still down on the outside. 2 wins out of 2. Oh, wait a minute. America gets back in. America got back inside in the nick of time. And how did he manage that? Hold on a minute. Look at Max Danger. Oh, and a big suplex. And once again, America's taken down. John Cutter needs the tag. He desperately needs one. He's taking quite a beating here. But with no partner once again to tag to, as America is dealt with. But credit to America for keeping this matchup alive. I thought this match was over. And I'm sure Chris Danger did as well. But the job is not done. Oh, look at this. Another military press. Oh, big counter, though, with a DDT from Chris Danger. And all of a sudden, Chris Danger's starting to get into the swing of things. First, we might have thought his head might not have been in this match. But now, all of a sudden, he's asserted his control here. And the Danger family really showing off here. A fantastic tag team display, and those 3 big knees to the head of John Cutter, and he is busted open to the corner again. I was looking once again maybe for another double super kick. John Cutter, despite bleeding, still fights on. And now look at this. What's he going to do? Oh, just tosses him across the ring, crashing him into the opposite turnbuckle. Cover being made here, and only a kick out at 1. And that must be the most worrying thing that John Cutter's had to see all day. After all this, he tried to get out and he tried to escape, and still only scores a 1 count. He desperately needs to make a tag here, but he's not going to do it without getting a little bit of added damage in if he can to Chris. Elmerica's not looking exactly ready for the tag. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. What's John Carter going to do? Oh, John Carter to the top rope. What is this? Double knees. Double knees to Chris Danger. Cover. Max doesn't seem in a rush to come break it up, and it is only going to be a 2. But a massive double knees there. Look at this. Elmerica is hurt on the outside. He's not ready to be tagged in, but John Carter desperately needs to make a tag. Oh, look at this. Big DDT there by Chris Danger. And is he going to make the tag out now? All thought about it, decided against it. Just drags him to the middle of the ring. Oh, and once again, going to work on the legs here. Oh, and a big stretching of the knee there. And Danger again. Oh, went for the running knee. Unable to connect. Big clothesline by John Carter, who is still somehow fighting back. Even though basically it's 2-on-1 at this point. Elmerica just refusing to come in at this point. He's clearly hurt. He's clearly tired, but I don't think he can use either of those excuses looking at his partner, who is beaten up and bloody in the ring right now. And he still fights on as if he was only just tagged in. Or it took a little bit of time there to decide what he was going to do, and that turned out to be costly. Chris Danger super kick! Catching him by surprise. Trying to crawl to Elmerica, who finally decides he's ready to come back in. A big counter by John Carter. He needs to tag out now. He's taking a beating. And he's going to tag out. Oh, but wait a minute. Big move here. We've seen this before. G9. G9 by the team of Team Brenden. Straight into the cover. Max Danger's not going to get there. John Carter's going to stop him. Is there a win? It's a win for Team Brenden. I don't know how they've done that. But with one G9-1. Big first victory for the team of John Carter and Elmerica. They've been dominated from start to finish in this match, and how on earth he stayed in this match, John Carter, I don't know. There was an eagle eye by Chris Danger, several super kicks, but in the end it was the G9 that wraps it up. Chris Danger, of course, already taking a beating at the hands of Big Boss, and maybe that had an influence, but they won't care how they got it. They finally have a victory to their name this year. John Carter and Elmerica fought valiantly in this one, and they deservedly get to celebrate their first tag team victory of the year. Congratulations to them, and commiserations to the Danger family. And Chris Danger might not be happy with a certain individual there, but we will see how that progresses in the coming weeks. Let's move on down the card. Match number 4 of the 5 tonight. We are one match away from the big 4v4 match that will be tonight's main event. But we now have in our presence a #1 contendership match for the television championship, as it were. We already know that PJ McNair will get a rematch at the pay-per-view, and we also know that he'll be joining 2 other people who will be facing for the television championship in a fatal 4-way elimination match, as said from the words of the general manager himself. But it is now time for SaLgames to prove whether he's worthy of that spot. He's taking on Ryan Austin here, the last person to face original Brad for the World Heavyweight Championship, the first person to face Brad for the World Heavyweight Championship. Had put up a good fight too, but was unable to capitalize. SaLgames, of course, screwed out of any title opportunity by King Sam, and he'll want some revenge on the Wolfpac if he can get it here tonight. But his opponent is proving to be one hell of an athlete. It is the super athlete himself, Ryan Austin, who has made a huge improvement from last year. Last year, couldn't really get much going for him. Couldn't really show he was worth the being at the top of the card. But since coming back, already made the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Unfortunately for him, couldn't pick up the title, but now he has an opportunity at a second run at being a champion, this time for the television championship. If he can win here tonight, he'll be in the fatal 4-way, and that's exactly what he wants. Brad said he's only a kick, but if your kick is that dangerous that it is feared by even the world champion, that is promising signs here, and the super athlete will look to take advantage of that if he can. But SaLgames, no pushover for himself, and he has proven that over the years. Oh, look at this, straight into a fireman's carry, and a flapjack there to start the match off by SaLgames. Two long-term competitors of WIW, both looking to improve as much as possible. Really apologise for my commentary today. I'm still not 100%, but getting better. Look at this, a big suplex down by SaLgames, who straight away is taking control of this match, and now to the top rope, looking for a diving elbow, and connects. And Ryan needs to get going here. He can't let this continue in this way if he wants to stand a chance of walking out the winner here. Look at this, just wisely going to crawl out of harm's way. But look at this. Oh, he tried to capitalise on the window of opportunity there, Sal. But Ryan, very cleverly, getting back in control and a gutbuster. And SaLgames might have just been tricked there into giving away control of the match. And now Ryan with the offense, dragging him away from the ropes. I didn't think he was ready for a cover just yet. And Ryan, all of a sudden, turning the tide. He mentioned before his match at the first Resurrection pay-per-view for the World Heavyweight Championship, he said that no one works harder than he does. No one is more naturally gifted than he is as well, and yet he still works harder than anyone. Went for a belly-to-belly. Big counter there by Sal, which turned into a hip toss. And Ryan reckons that he is one of the best that WIW has to offer today. And so far, he's been proving himself to do just that since the return of WIW, but with the newly branded everything, the newly transformed. And so far, Ryan has lived up to his promises. He's proven he's been a top-tier competitor. And he needs to keep that up here tonight. A big stun off the ropes. And look at SaLgames taking the time to taunt here and enjoy the work he's done. And look at this. Ryan fighting back, not giving up just yet. Look at this. Oh, and a big leg drop here. And no, this has been a 50-50 matchup. No one quite with complete control. Look at that zigzag there by Ryan. And these two are top-tier athletes, top-tier competitors. Ryan with the cover, into a cover, and it's only a 1. And that's what I'm saying. It's going to take a lot to keep these two men down. And look at this. The crowd not loving Ryan. The boos echoing across the arena. And look at this Ryan there with a spear to the outside. And Ryan all of a sudden has taken control in this. And now what's Ryan thinking? Calling him to his feet. Look at this, a running clothesline. Beautiful move there by Ryan, bringing it all out here tonight. And look at Sal. Big counter straight away, not phased by that at all, and crashing him into the apron. Referee at a count of 3. Got to keep an eye on the count. Of course, if this ends in a double count, then neither of them are going to be going to the next pay-per-view for Friday Fight Night. Look at this. Caught him with a DDT. A lethal DDT here by Sal. Straight into the cover. 2. And it's only a 2. And Sal surprised. That DDT, it's definitely worked in the past. But when that doesn't work, we know what comes next. Ryan in trouble here. Up on the shoulders. Looking for the GTS. Connects. GTS. Ryan is put to bed. And straight into the cover. SaLgames. No! SaLgames, I was about to say, is about to go for the TV title. But then, all of a sudden, Ryan fights out of it at a 2.5 count. And I don't know where he's finding the energy, big DDT and the GTS. But Ryan fights on. And look at this now, Ryan just working away here on the legs. Can be a smart strategy there. Could help build towards a submission or just help to wear his opponent out. Make sure he's not left standing, running away with the match. Of course, if he can injure him, even if he is defeated, that's not going to go great for SaLgames, because if he can't compete at the pay-per-view, well then that's not going to help him at all. Ryan looking for the big belly-to-belly connects finally. He's tried that a couple of times, that hasn't quite worked out for him. And look at this. Ryan now. Ryan looking ready to put him away. And that massive, vicious punt kick right across the skull of SaLgames. It's busted him open. Is it enough to put him away? Oh no, it's not. It's a 2. And Ryan, against the run of momentum, landing the punt kick. And that's the first person to kick out of it there. SaLgames kicks out of the punt kick. And Ryan, I bet for sure, thought he had that one in the bag. But it's not going to let up here. He's in control now for the first time in this match, and he's going to take full advantage of it, continuing to wear down the head of SaLgames. Oh, look at this. SaLgames got to fight out. And now look at this. Big neck breaker. And straight into the cover, trying to get him. 2. Oh, and it's only a 2. The referee counting on Ryan's leg there, if you saw that. Oh, what's Sal thinking here? Oh, and it went for a rebounding elbow. Didn't quite get all of it. Kind of slid off of Ryan's body there. And now he's going to work away on the legs yet. Very similar ideas here of how this match is going to end from SaLgames and Ryan. Clearly they came out here with the mindset of doing this tactic. And both of them came out with the same idea, which I guess might have slowed down progression there. Ryan might have been thinking a Pele kick there. Or Pele kick, whatever you wish to call it. Depends on if you're a Yank or not. Big counter by Sal, and again, the backbreaker. And SaLgames looking for the DDT again. Connects! Ryan's busted open. And both men down. Sal trying to crawl to make the cover. And this is to become a member of the television championship match. Ryan powers out. And Sal can't believe it. What an incredible match this has been. Sal's given all he thinks he can, but he might still have room for one more big move to put this away. Up on the shoulders, Ryan's in trouble. GTS connects. Straight into the cover in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Sal's got him. And Sal, once again, is going back to the television championship. Last year, the longest reigning television champion, the most reigns as television champion. And now this year, he's going to be facing Travis and PJ McNair and one other person for that title. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dear. And we've seen where this leads. Look at SaLgames sending a message to the rest of his competitors. And SaLgames making his statement clear there. Ryan clearly hurt in the middle of the ring, but that's not going to stop SaLgames from laying down the smackdown, if you will, on Ryan. Let's move on to tonight's main event. Big win for SaLgames. Time for the main event, and it is a 4v4 tag team matchup with all 4 members of the Wolfpac facing off together for the first time, and they will be taking on World Heavyweight Champion Original Brad, #1 contender for the Television Championship PJ McNair, and the Vikings of Destiny, the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. It's a battle of champions and contenders, and it's going to be a huge main event. And just waiting for the first entrance to come down to the ring here. The crowd eagerly anticipating what is scheduled to be one huge main event for this evening. All of these guys with a history against each other. McNair, the Vikings, and Brad all been victims of the assault and the fixing of matches by the Wolfpac. But now they get a chance at revenge if they can work together to come up with the victory. This could be a big, big matchup. The Wolfpac, of course, very rarely lost as a 3-piece, never mind as a 4-piece. And here they come. Here comes David, King Sam, and Lanky Steve, or Stephen Thomas, the tag team champions, the Wolfpac. Not quite sure why David's all of a sudden decided to lead them out, but I guess that's just how they've decided to do things. No Travis with them. It's an interesting choice for the tag team champions. But David and Steve, of course, will be facing the Vikings of Destiny. Oh, I see why Sam's at the back now. Sam's being protected there by Dave and Steve in a triangle. They want to keep him as fresh as possible for what's going to be the main event of their of the Friday Fight Night first pay-per-view. As Original Brad will face Original Brad will face King Sam for the WIW Heavyweight Championship. What a topsy-turvy week it's been from King Sam went from almost being suspended to being saved by Brad, and now will be facing Brad for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the Wolfpac could leave the next pay-per-view with every single title in the business, or they could leave without any titles at all. A big fight feel here, and they're waiting for one more man to come down to the ring, or not. I guess I don't know, is Travis already there? I'm not seeing him in the intro. But here come the Vikings of Destiny. Here tonight, looking to make some statements here on the Wolfpac, trying to get some revenge for them. Steve seems to have disappeared as well. I'm not quite sure what that's about. But the Vikings of Destiny, of course, victims of an attack from Bob and Allen before their big tag team championship matchup with the Wolfpac. And now they get a shot at revenge. They'll be facing for the tag team titles again, Loki and Noah, at the next pay-per-view. Of course, this won't be High Voltage, by the way. High Voltage is the Monday Night Mayhem pay-per-view. Fight Night will be in its own pay-per-view, and that will be discussed in the later weeks. But we already know the basis of the card. We know all 3 championship matches that will be on the line, and tonight we get to see all champions and all the contenders facing off in the same ring. The Vikings of Destiny make their way down to the ring. By the way, if there's any type of lag in this match, if there's any type of delay, or if it looks like the game's about to break on, or the video's about to break on you, don't worry, that's probably because the game is doing the exact same thing, and I'm watching the exact same effects as you are. Moving on, and their partner tonight for the Vikings of Destiny. It's a big fight for this man. Last week, had his first match for the television championship interfered and ruined by King Sam, who ambushed him, and that ambush was then to follow by Travis, who just continued to assault him once he got in the ring and didn't let up for a second. I'm surprised McNair is actually still standing to come and fight here tonight, but a shot of revenge. It's amazing how quickly you can make a recovery. I mean, last year, original Brad got hit with a freaking limousine and turned up the next night to come and get revenge on the man who hit him with the limousine. But for PJ McNair, he gets a shot at the television championship alongside SaLgames and one other competitor who we will find out very soon who that's going to be. But for Travis, worry signs, because he's already lost to McNair once. He lost in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. And McNair, you got to say, was close to beating him twice last week if it weren't for the save from Sam to end the match in disqualification and keep Travis the title. But for the Demon, it's been a great year for him so far. He's going to want to keep that up, if at all possible. And we're waiting for one more man to come down to the ring. The first time we get to see this man with the championship around his waist. That, of course, being the World Heavyweight Champion, Original Brad, the crowd eagerly awaiting his arrival. I don't know what's been taking so long for all these entrances to happen, but here we are. We finally get to see the World Heavyweight title around the waist of Original Brad as he makes his entrance here as to take on and get revenge on the Wolfpac. Here he is, the World Heavyweight Champion, Original Brad, here to lead the team of the Vikings of Destiny and PJ McNair and himself to a win over the Wolfpac. The Wolfpac are a hard team to beat in tag team action. Oh, look at that, just a death stare to the Wolfpac on the way through. He already knows now that he'll be defending his title pretty much at his asking against King Sam. He asked for King Sam to get a chance. King Sam took full opportunity of that chance, and now has a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, or the WIW Heavyweight Championship. But Original Brad, as he said, he's a fighting champion. He backs down from no man, and he is trying hard tonight to prove that he is ready for any task at any point. Here we go, the bell rings and away we go. And it's Loki and King Sam to start this one off. And look at this, King Sam getting straight to work. The lag coming in full effect here, as you can see. But look at this big axe kick there to the back of Loki. And straight away, King Sam flying out the back. Of course, won last week the 6-man battle royal to get himself a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. A big frog splash by King Sam. And he's looking a lot more refreshed and a lot more improved since the start of the show. And looking at the cutter. Since Friday Fight Night began, he never had the best of starts, but he is definitely improving as time goes on here. And look at this big wrestling takedown by Loki. He looking to tag out already. Is he looking to tag in Noah? He does. He does. Then in comes Noah. And a big kick to Sam. The size difference is noticeable. And King Sam now a bit in a bit of trouble after what was a promising start there against Loki. But Noah coming full steam ahead there. Noah, of course, picked up a win in his last fight against David. And Steve, of course, beating Loki. Maybe Noah clearly being the more dominant of the Vikings. They're all going to try and prove how dominant they can be. They can show that they're worthwhile being in the WIW. And King Sam looking like he's ready to take on the whole world here. Just continues that fighting spirit. In comes Steve. And we know what Steve's capable of in the ring against these Vikings of Destiny. Leg takedown. Oh, and a stomp on top. Oh, look at that. A beautiful combination of moves there from the Wolfpac. And now Steve straight to the middle rope. Oh, look at this. Already Brad's seen enough. Big counter on the frog splash. Look at this. Brad's seen enough already. And just making sure that Sam was getting back to the ropes there. Brad's not wasting any time. Once again, tag made. And in comes original Brad, the World Heavyweight Champion, making his first appearance in ring since the pay-per-view. And look at this, Stephen, straight away with a counter there. The referee getting a bit distracted. Looks like Travis is eager to get inside. The newest member of the Wolfpac. Clearly did walk out with them there. Must not have seen it. But look at this. Steve straight on the attack here on the World Heavyweight Champion. Just about connects with that leg drop. I think he didn't quite get the connection he was hoping for there on the landing. And look at Steve. Scooping him up. Samoan driver. And now Brad's in a bit of trouble here. Not usual to see Brad taking this kind of offense early into the match. And look at this, big elbow. Now what's he thinking? Oh, it's an Irish whip. Oh, and rebounding back into the knee. And now all of a sudden Brad starting to establish some control here after a bad start entering this ring. And he's showing that his prowess as the World Heavyweight Champion. And now looking to go to the middle rope. Oh, look at this. But Travis with a cheap shot to bring him back down to the canvas. And Trav, we know even without the Wolfpac, he's prone to using cheating tactics to get what he wants. Bob and Alan not here at ringside tonight. But you never know when they could get themselves involved. Because they are not ones to just sit around and do nothing. But then again, if you're getting paid to sit around and do nothing, I'd take it. If you're being paid to be used and you're not being used, who gives a crap? You know what I mean? But for Bob and Alan, I guess this is more than a job for them. Because Travis has taken them under their wing and he's actually pushed them to achieving in WIW. Of course, they had a recent tag team success. Granted, it was only against Liam Connors in a 2-on-1, but it was a win nonetheless. In comes David for the first time. And original Brad tried to get the first shot in, but David does instead and lands a suplex. And now begging for the tags of the Vikings of Destiny. And McNair, the only man who is yet to come into the ring, are Travis and McNair. And now look at this, into the Tree of Woe. Oh no, I thought he was going for Tree of Woe instead. Just tossing him across the ring. Brad tries to get tag in. He does. In comes Loki. And look at this, the big running drop kick. Looking for another one, he does connect. And now what's he thinking? One more. David just keeps running into these. And he's down for the second, but David, with all the fight in the world there, just fighting back. Definitely the powerhouse of the tag team. And now look at David, what's he thinking? He's going to take him to the opposite side of the ring, but Loki's going to power out here. And this has been a great start to this tag team contest. I don't see how this one's going to end, though, because you just know that both sides are going to continuously make their presence felt by invading the ring. We've already seen Travis and original Brad doing just that. Tag made, and in comes McNair for the first time in this match. Brad gets back to his... Oh, McNair decided against it there. decided he didn't want to get involved. And now look at this, it's just a... Oh, what was... What the fuck? A complete chain of tags, and all of a sudden Loki's straight back in as if he wasn't even tagged out in the first place. Oh, I don't know why that was so... Oh, okay. And, David, we already know he can fly. We've seen it before in WIW. Now teleporting across the ring. The Wolfpac looking a little confident there. King Sam messing with the crowd. Now Travis going to get a turn. And Travis, we know in the past has been a leader of factions like these. We've seen, of course, him leading the Culturals. Not so much success as the leader, but, of course, a leader nonetheless. Look at this. Oh, and a beautiful move there by David. What's he thinking now? Look at this, just choking him out on the ground. David in control here of Loki. Now what's he thinking? Deciding what to do here. Considering a tag out maybe. Decides against it, but he waited too long to decide what he wanted to do. And now Loki with a massive clothesline. And is Loki going to tag out here? Is he actually going to stay out this time? He does. Tag, and in comes McNair now for the first time properly. He actually decides not to tag out, and he's actually coming in. Oh, but look at this, David. Straight away with the counter. Up on the shoulders, he gets McNair. Looking for the Samoan drop. Straight down the middle of the ring. And now Steve's even going to take time to taunt. It looks like the Wolfpac think they're in complete control. And look at this. David, straight away looking ready to put away McNair. Pile driver. And is that going to be enough? The referee having to stop the Vikings of Destiny from getting into the ring. There's the cover. He's waiting for the referee to actually come over and make the count. The count on McNair. 2. Oh, and it's only a 2. McNair kicking out of the pile driver. And now Irish whip to the Wolfpac corner. That's not where you want to be. Tag. Oh, no. Was looking to tag in Travis. Couldn't quite get it off. McNair able to counter. And now what's McNair thinking? Up on the shoulders. Oh, hold on a minute. Look at this. Beautiful move by McNair. Oh, look at this. Wolfpac all calling for the tag. And McNair's not going to let him have it. He might want to consider getting David out of that corner. It's not the safest place for him to be right now. And McNair fighting on as valiantly as he can here against David, who's been in the ring. He's been in the ring for a considerable amount of time here. And now looking to fight out of that. He does. Just flips him over the shoulder. Travis still the only man yet to come into the ring at this point. Look at that, McNair with the counter. McNair, of course, going to be facing Travis once again for the Television Championship in the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the Television Championship. Calling for the tag now once again to the Wolfpac. And once again, McNair stops him in his tracks. McNair going top rope here. What's he thinking? Is he already looking for an end? Coup de grace! Coup de grace by McNair and straight into the cover. Is this going to be enough to put him away? It does! McNair puts him away with a single coup de grace. And a huge upset for the Wolfpac. They've been in complete control of this match. But McNair kept him out of the match, kept him in the match for as long as possible. That was a beautiful tag team move there between Brad and the Vikings of Destiny. And right when we thought that pile driver could have been enough, maybe it was enough, but the referee's count was delayed by the distraction from the Vikings of Destiny, and by the time he came back to make the count, it was only a 2, but he was definitely down for a count of 5 or 6 there, and a big coup de grace seals the win for these 4 men, the Vikings of Destiny. PJ McNair and the World Heavyweight Champion Original Brad pick up a huge upset victory against the Wolfpac. Not good signs here for the Wolfpac at all, as they are scheduled to come at all 4 championships. But the question still remains, how many of the Wolfpac members are going to walk out champions? Will they all manage to take the titles, or will they all fall just short? Or will these 4 contenders, or will these 3 contenders and Original Brad come out victorious at the pay-per-view? Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today. The next episode is the Monday Night Mayhem pay-per-view, High Voltage, so be sure to tune in for that one. Hopefully that'll be out in time. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Be sure to comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the future. Peace.